This is a song, a good governance.
Emotive, from the initial conception, is a covenant of Dutch organizations, different organizations that came together and felt that they needed to change the way the development trend, the current development trend, by allowing the South to come to the North, in this case which is the Netherlands, to share with the people in the Netherlands some of the unique solutions they have done or they have tried out in their areas and that may not exactly exist in the North or in the Netherlands. Recently we hosted the Dutch team, and today we see it happen with different countries which have been able to share their expertise in finding local solutions to local problems in their own areas. And in Uganda's case, how do you come up with a neighborhood assembly for purposes of addressing local issues? And today we see it working.
She's doing goat rearing and goat farming. This one has a little cows, the local breed of cows and so forth. This is a pig project also run by a woman. Very interesting.
You were talking about finances, also about corruption. My question is, here we have the Minister of Health, but who is deciding at which level where the money is going to? So where the division...
The Speaker of the Assembly is charged with chairing the meetings, making follow-up and appointments of the different officers. So after the Speaker, we have the other leaders. One of them is the clerk to the Parliament. They always appoint somebody in charge of health, somebody in charge of education, somebody in charge of agriculture and production, and somebody in charge of issues concerning, say, gender and disabilities, such kind of things.
Idagala kiti kya mayo mu health center oba mu idwale wona health center yona kebe hospital okusanga kumusawo kuwandikira ng'obuwandike mbujja wala ogula idagala tikiri acceptable ekyo twandienze government yeveyo
wekanga ng'ajja okutuuka eri ng'afuire Luisi n'omwana akoze eki afuire ekintu ekyo kyaba kijjamu ino kibikosa ino ekitundu kino n'ensonga lwaki twandienze health center etube niya.
The leaders that they elect are also people who are not politically active. They are ordinary citizens and they have no role outside the neighborhood. This is thriving and this is catching fire like bushfire. We are talking of over 120 neighborhood assemblies that have been established since 2011 to date, and this platform is basically a citizen platform.
Abakakiika obutuweze twalonda bwa speaker nti omulimu gwa speaker gwa kusharinga meetings. Then omugaso oba omulimu gwa deputy speaker gwa kukola in the absence of the speaker. Then kiraka kutukobera agenda bwejo otambula nga tuli kusharinga.
We are an organization that brings people together to talk about their own initiatives in the public domain and learn from each other.
I'm called Lucy. I'm a member of Permer Teach Group.
Lucy.
I'm Nia Florence Kiwara, a chief member of Permer Teach.
Florence, member. Good morning.
Yes, I'm called Grace Ujok. I'm the secretary of the group. In the meetings, we also invite the leaders in the community and we demand accountability from them. And I think one of the issues that we raised during the community meetings was the election of the new local council leader, one of the village.
Group enyomi wa woma berida iya ka chama mune yirwa ti don daro da ko wal jo mo wadong no peti gati ya babaka ti don ka mo forming group en group da ko pero wa ka che o mi ti wa ngi ne kin ga wa wen e pe mo for kin wo wa kin wa wen en kin ma tam ne
we facilitate joint monitoring of leaders and citizens so that then we use the evidence that comes out not to be a biased evidence but rather a joint evidence. So that evidence is also used against the leaders, against the service providers, but very important to note is that we use joint monitoring.
So if we are building up and encouraging citizens to hold the leaders accountable, we go on the other side to support leaders on how they can respond to citizens. And that thing has helped us. Like now if you looked at the district Soroti, we supported them in televising and delivering the budget in the public. Something which had never been happening before. So we took them to a hotel, we made sure all radios were covering it live, and the citizens were listening from all the villages to their district budget. So that kind of a dual strategy, supporting both the demand and supply side, has given us a cutting niche. That is our approach.
Now, that is the starting point of mitigating confrontational kind of issues, because then it is assumed that people at that point have no hidden interests, but rather interests in the local communities. The speaker is looked at as a person who can unite the people in that neighborhood. When Siwit goes to the Netherlands, among others, it is to help the people in the Netherlands, the Dutch, to establish these platforms. So in this case, we work with our Dutch partners and see to it how they establish the neighborhood assemblies and in their side.
The objectives, from my side, but I think you can add to that, the objective is first to get to know each other, because it's the first time that we are now in a broader context exchanging with people from Uganda. These are the 10 villages southwest of the town of Leeuwarden, where the 10 villages have come together since 1 year now to explore jointly cooperation. In our village we feel and we felt like there are so many new developments coming to the communities. We can be stronger if we are more together. By government policy we will become a bigger unit, a bit bigger governance unit. So how can we ensure that our interests as villages are taken care of in that new setting, the new governance setting? Our vision is to maintain and strengthen the maatschappelijke diversiteit, the societal diversity. We want to ensure that the livelihood of the villages after 2018 is guaranteed. We want to be seen as in the villages as a complementary quality to the town. As a mission statement it was said, we want to unite those villages to a unity. What are our core values as communities, as villages, that we all share?
So if you put like a pyramid here, you notice that the small amount of people who know ideas, they are here. You see, it's the top. And a lot of people just call them inhabitants. They're at the bottom. And in the middle, there are the people, I call them the social gifted people. They have this ability of dealing with each other, the process kind of managers. So, and how do you make people participate in it? It's kind of a problem.
I'm trying to create a linkage between this and the other. For you to have this activism done, to achieve your objectives here, you need to identify the 3 categories of people who are at the baseline of the earth. Because the people who do things, the people who wait for things to be done, and the people who ask, how was this done? So you need to identify the movers and the shakers down there, so that you're able to work with the other context. So you need to identify those categories of people, the pivotal people within the community, for you to achieve. I think that's been good.
And for us in BALS, from this village, we have been able to do this, we have done this. However, we got this problem and we are able to solve it this way. And when you are talking of you, what you have experienced as a person in BALS, a person from another village will actually say, if this village is able to do it, we can also do it. Now that promotes, that inspires them to take action.
So it's a multi-functional square. And everybody's quite happy with it because it also attracts people from around the neighbor or around the square.
Okay.
We established a Makassarplein community with people who wanted a change in this neighborhood, and they wanted to do it themselves. And with support from the municipality, we have set up this kind of foundation where all people could just join in with their ideas and with their time and with their needs. And the next step we have now, this community building will soon be, the ownership is going to the citizens as well.
And this building and this very square has been refitted on the very basis of what people from the neighborhood wanted. It has not been conceived in an office, but it has been conceived in the very neighborhood, obviously with the support of professionals. But all what you see on the square and what the building will be within a few months has been developed on the basis of the wishes from women, men, children, elderly from this neighborhood.
The new building.
Yeah.
And I hope then they will attract more people and involve them, not only in participating but also in really being active in this community. Zo is er geen directe financiële ondersteuning.
Totaal geen. Nee, wat er wel is dat Stadsdeel veel ambtelijke ondersteuning geeft. Bijvoorbeeld vorig jaar is veel van de doorspitten en de achtergrond, de achterliggende cijfers boven tafel krijgen. Dat is vooral door de ambtenaren van Stadsdeel gedaan. En nu in deze fase zijn we veel meer als groep zelf bezig.
Tumutan